What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. I've been out of town, went to Vegas, and I just got back. Everyone was asking me when I'm going to put out another video, so I figured let's go on ahead and put out another video. And this is all about the Royal Giant today. Everybody is playing the Royal Giant. Why can't this card just stay dead? Seriously. I maybe lost to it one time out of 100 in leaderboard play since people have started using this. It's not the greatest of cards. If you are going to use it, I do believe not that deck. That deck's okay. And Arizon is right now. King Azran is currently, he's up there, guys. He's like at King Azran. 26 in the world, using a Royal Giant. What is this, guys? What is this? I was talking to a clanmate earlier, and I'm like, since they took a pump away, all these big cards are running around like crazy. Then they nerfed the Inferno, lowering the damage, and all the big cards are going down. Typically right now, my three favorite cards are Log, Ice Golem, and the Inferno Tower. These are three key ingredients I need in every single one of my decks that I've been playing. I tried using Zap, but the Log just seems to have better value currently as is right now. I know some people are running, a lot of people are running 3 spells, which is absolutely crazy. So yeah, let's go on ahead and take a look at this one. Haven't been playing a lot, so I hopped on earlier, got a few games in. Beat King Azran for 4+43 trophies. I did BM him because he's using Royal Giant. I think it's stupid. I wasn't feeling the hottest. He put down a bad Inferno placement, was able to squeeze my hog in. But typically, guys, if I get a good start in, I have no problem just putting down a hog and kind of seeing where it's going to go. I figured nowadays someone's going to log or do something like that. He got great value there on the arrows because I put down my Ice Spirits to try to deflect some of the damage there. Was not able to. I love the Ice Golem for this reason. It's practically one Elixir Skeletons, but on steroids. He throws down his Royal Giants. And guys, right there, that is just enough push to get it going. Essentially, even if you put down your Royal Giant and I got like a hog going down, I'm going to do more damage than you are. So I'm going to take that trade all day. That's fine. Royal Giant's just going to town over there, and actually maybe I was wrong, whatever. But he did chip away at my tower a little bit with the little fire spirits. I tried to put that on the left tower, on the left tile of my King's Tower to make it go that way. But I'm going to go on ahead and get some great value, be able to hit the lightning there. I don't want him to keep going. Of course, since I use the lightning, he's going to probably drop the Royal Giant up in my face, up on the tower. But one of the strategies I've seen really work with the Royal Giant is to slow roll him right in front of your tower. Just giving yourself enough time to where you can get the lightning down. Especially I was working with Jack Bauer earlier, another clanmate of mine. He's a little low on trophies, and he was asking me what kind of deck is going to work. I knew that he was broke right there, so I went ahead and sent the hog down, and with the last little bit of elixir, he was able to do that. So I'm going ahead and drop the Mega Minion on his side just to clean that up, because I don't want it on my side, just in case he wants to go on ahead, like he's got a fireball here, get value there, and essentially you could probably put that thing to waste. But I was able to kill 5 elixir with 3. Mega Minion is still one of the greatest cards. If I had to put it in a top 4 card, obviously Mega Minion is going to be there. Somebody said to me, my buddy Astro Mist actually said to me, he was like, they need to nerf the Mega Minion. And I might agree with that, might not. But here's the key, guys. Right now, the Lightning is just one of the strongest cards in the game for a reason. Mega Minion just doesn't die to a fireball. So if they nerf the Mega Minion, then the fireball will be everybody's in deck, and then that will be the new poison, essentially. So with that being said, look at that. Royal Giant got another shot, and he's already cycled over that. We were able to get our Inferno down. This is practically a game for him. He doesn't have any heavy-hitting cards. I guess he could log fireball, arrows, and do everything he can. And I give him the cry face because guess what? You're using an RG. If by me doing my cry faces because you're using an RG, he knows why I'm giving him the cry face. It's because of RG. This is stupid. I don't even. I don't know. Maybe I had too many cocktails in Vegas, and I'm slightly irritated. But really, guys, I mean, I'm playing RG way too often, and if not, it's an Expo deck, which is Expos are actually a little bit more rare right now than anything. But Expo is still a really good deck. But I mean, they still drop these heavy cards on there, and it's easy to distract. I mean, only chance they're going to have is a hog deck, but the hog decks are typically cheap cycle decks, and even with the lightning, you can get the lightning value in there, and you can do that. So I put down the Ice Spirit in there just in case the archers killed it. Slowed down his entire push. I would have been able to get my Mega Minion on there just in case. Now, the Furnace is a great and awesome and fun card, but it just essentially it doesn't do the damage that you really need it to do as far as an Inferno goes. I mean, it might slow down a hog, and I get that, but I mean, you're playing against other people that's got RG decks, and what's even weirder is I'm seeing lots and lots of less of the giant bowler combination. I don't even know what's going on. I figured this meta was going to settle down, but I don't think it is going to settle down. It feels like the Wild Wild West in this game, and I'm not trying to be have a molt moment, I guess, as you would say, or start to get all complainy, because I still love this game. I just feel like it's just this update was not the update that the game needed. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I feel like they really need to bring the pump back, and that's fine. And if they can put the pump down to 5 elixir cost, then it'll also lower down the lightning cost. I think we'll see more of a rise in the rocket if they do end up doing that. But that's fine with me. The rocket costs 6, and I still think that's a great play. But I feel like the pump really keeps this game in checks and balances, and kind of keeps everything right in the world. Because here's the thing, they can't lightning your Inferno and your pump, because I know a lot of people like to put their pump in the center. Not me. I like to put my pump in the back. I've always done that. I always like to do that, and very rare occasionally is do I ever put it in the front, because then that's where you get your value at. Because I'll put troops in the dead center and then my pump in the back right, so then they can't get the value. Same with if you're going to put your Inferno on there, then you want to put your Musketeer or whatever your support troops are that are going to be able to defend against on the right side of the tower to be able to get the best value. So that is my thing. I think the best thing that they can do right now currently in the game to fix it and make it a better, more balanced game is to bring back the pump. I mean, I love the poison. The poison was a great card. Maybe what they could do to bring the poison back is to lower the damage that it actually does, but still keep the effects of slowing down the troops. I believe that would be a great asset to the game. Everything else. So look at that, guys. I love the Ice Golem. Archers can be a big pain, and I get why people are using the archers, is because they're not easily killed like the Princess is. But you know what? I still think the Princess is a great card. Still great to get the splash damage down, and she's cheap and effective. And the placements in the range is just a complete key. But guys, this is getting crazy. Now people are starting to use this hog deck where they're using the spam and instead of the miner, they're using the hog. I just feel like this game is getting slightly out of control, and I feel like some of the skill has really gone down. That's why I'm starting to see a lot of these players that have not been good in the game previously but are better in the game now. It's just gotten completely out of control. A lot of good players that I know have quit the game. Other people are playing on their accounts that are not them. I mean, maybe that's fun for those people that are getting to play on those accounts, but I still think it's bad. So I mean, I'm gonna lightning all day. I have no problem lightning somebody out, especially when I play defense earlier. And someone said earlier that, hey man, my problem's with the lightning. Well, guess what? I use lightning when I get value or I have a big push, and that's what I'm trying to put together. I absolutely love the Ice Golem. It's not really good if you don't have the level that your opponents are. I know it's still relatively a new card, and people are still trying to level that card up. As far as tournament play goes, I mean, the only thing you have to have is what level was it, level 7 or yeah, whatever. So that's not a big deal. You can play that in the challenges, or they had the gem pack out. I think for 500 gems back in the day, you could get them up to level 6, and then you can etch your way back all the way up into it. But I tell you what, it's ultra satisfying, guys, to see when that Ice Golem pops to take down a Skarmy. So I beat him the last few times I played him, so I was giving him the angry face and then some cry faces, just having a good time. I don't really care. I mean, you can be mad at me for whatever reasons. I really don't mind. That's fine. I've had people mad at me before. So we're trying to split up the push here. Trying to make people think that we're going to be pushing two different sides. That's fine. And you know what, guys? You never committed to one side. Earlier, I saw somebody putting together a push, and they put down the Ice Wizard. Well, I'll tell you what. If I see an Ice Wizard push down, and I put an Ice Golem down because it's about to push that lane, forget that. I'm pushing the other lane. That Ice Wizard is no joke, guys. Don't mess with the Ice Wiz, man. That dude is a nasty mofo. Stay away from him. Don't be afraid to push the opposite lane. But at some point, you do have to go on ahead and commit to one side. But you know what? I tell you what. I have been able to win many of battles by switching up an opposite lane. Like somebody pushes down a bowler. Guess what? I have no problem pushing down another lane. So I did a predict the log. His deck is very easy to read. That was another thing that somebody asked me earlier. I was actually talking to Jack because I was helping him learn a new deck, and I told Jack, he was like, boss, he's like, how do you know all these decks? I'm like, well, this deck doesn't really have, this game doesn't have a lot of creativity in it right now. There's only a handful of people that are creating these decks. I created this deck. And it got used a lot. Even a lot of other people said that that was misplaced on my part. That a lot of other people are just not creating decks. But a lot of other people also said that I didn't make this deck. I mean, that's fine. I really don't care. I think that's flattering. Imitation's the best form of flattery. It would just be nice every once in a while just to be like, hey, you know, boss created that deck. That's the boss deck. But that didn't help happen. That was a great play on his part. He logged back into the Skarmy. I thought that was kind of cool. He was a little frustrated because I completely shut down his entire push and he wasn't able to get what he wanted to out of it. But if you're going to use the Royal Giant currently in this meta, I would highly recommend using Lightning. Lightning's the top card right now. I guess that's my 5th card. Is Lightning. I just feel it's a must, especially for hog users or just trying to get anything to a tower right now. It just feels like that's just those are probably your top cards. You know, back in the day, it was like you had that poison, zap, pump in every single deck. This deck, you know, for me, it is Lightning, Log, Ice Golem, you know, Hog, obviously. But I mean, I don't mind playing with other decks, and that's still a good miner deck. That's still Mega Minion and or anything else. So that was easy to shut down, guys. I don't have a problem beating Royal Giant decks at all, especially if people are going to start using the same decks over and over again. So familiarize yourself, guys, with the most popular decks. Going ahead and look through the top 200. I was having Jack do that earlier. I'm like, dude, look at these same decks. So if you start seeing 1 or 2 cards, you already know what the deck is, so you know how to counter it. So I don't mind throwing prediction logs out there or putting down the Ice Golem. If I can't get the Ice Golem down, I'm going to throw a prediction log down there, or I know that he's going to have an Inferno, so I'm going to wait till I have Max Elixir going ahead and send the log out and then get my Lightning ready to go to see if I get any kind of value for the big push. You know, when you're doing a sellout push or what I call an all-in approach push. So yeah. Another cool thing is Rebel right now. He created this deck, guys. Rebel, let's see. Rebel is using a great deck right now. It's a deck that he came up with. Players local. What am I doing? Players local. All right. Oh, good job, Dunn. Dunn's back up in there. All right, top 10 in the U.S. Rebel created this deck. I think he saw that I was using the Ice Golem and incorporated in that. I think he was using like 1 Elixir Skeletons before, making a fast hog cycle. Great idea. And then he, you know, I was having great success with the Ice Golem. He had it max, so he threw it in there. But still a typical deck that we were using. I mean, I think the big thing that makes it a Rebel deck is that he added the Knight. That was the big huge thing there. But yeah, if you don't have a log, you know, I personally like the log better. Obviously, I like the Lightning better than he does, and I highly recommend using the Fireball first, because literally, if you mess up a Lightning, you can lose a tower. You can lose a game for poor placements on Lightnings. It's not an easy card to use, especially in a hog deck when you're using fast decision type decks versus the slow rolls. When you're doing a slow roll giant golem deck, you have all the time in the world for the cards to get set up, because it's going to take you 2 hours for that golem to cross the bridge, blah blah blah, and you set up your cards on there. But you know what? I'm getting tired of seeing these same decks. I get it. You know, giant bowler, freaking royal giant, golem deck, stack all this stuff up. These cards are easy. These decks are actually relatively easy to beat. You know what? You have to know what these cards are, and you have to have good and proper Inferno placements on based upon what their deck is. If they have lightning, place that thing on the bridge, but don't place it on the bridge unless you have an ice golem or something to distract, or something up there on the bridge, because they're going to drop troops that are going to cross the bridge, whether it be minion horde or anything else. So that's why I really like the ice golem, and I think it's a great key card in actually protecting that Inferno. And if they want to get value on it, that's fine. They can spend 6 elixir on killing your Inferno, because that's not going to get any kind of tower damage. So you're at least saving yourself, you know, what, I don't know what the tournament standard is, but it's what, 350, 360, 400 damage, something like that. I know max it's like 500 and change. So know your cards. If not, you can hold the finger down and figure out how much damage it is and how much is that's going to reflect and everything else. But know your opponent, guys. Know your opponent. Know what the cards are. Familiarize yourself with all the top decks that are being used. And like I said, most of these decks that are getting cycled throughout the entire game is really dictated by the top guys. Maybe not all of them, but I mean, there's a few random guys up there that are using different decks that are having great success with it. I know that my boy Black Zero over in Revolt is using a minor deck with Spear Gobs. He's having great success with it. I think he's like top 100 with it, and he's like one of a kind guy that's using it. And he's been using that for a few seasons now. So props go out to him. So, I mean, I'm still using this deck. I mean, my deck that I got to, whatever, 43 in the world, 59 global. I mean, this has been my deck, and it's been my go-to. It's my comfort zone. It's where I feel comfortable using with. So stick to what you guys feel comfortable with, but also try to be a little creative. Try to do a little something different, because it's going to throw your opponents off, especially when they see X cards and they're expecting something else, but then you give them something else. So yeah, and try to do that. I mean, maybe get creative. I haven't even played around with the Royal Giant Freeze, or, you know, like a Royal Giant, I don't know, like use a Barb Hut. I remember Chief Pat used to have the Royal Giant Goblin Hut. Dude, I've seen the Barbarian Hut getting a little extra usage. If people aren't going to use the bowler every single deck now, then go on ahead and bring back the Barbarian Hut. Tell me how that thing goes. Just flood them with barbs. Make sure you have some arrows or something like that, dude, for sure. So anyway, you guys be creative, have a lot of fun. I mean, don't sit there and be negative the whole time playing this game, because it's just going to make you salty and make you not enjoy the game and everything else. But try to be creative and kind of try to come and yeah, man, whatever's I don't know, I was just trying to make up a new clan name so I could go and make this video, and then I'll head back to Mobetta. But yeah, have fun, be creative, try to be original, try to find out something that works. I do know they have a new achievement out. I haven't completed it yet. Practice with friends. Go on ahead and make sure you guys are playing with your clanmates, and tell them to, like, hey dude, go on ahead and play that meta deck for me. Play that meta whatever Royal Giant deck. See if I can counter it. You know, find somebody that's the best in your clan with that deck, and just try to figure out a way that you can do something and be a little bit different. Break the grain, stand out, be a leader, don't be a follower. But I understand there's some tried and true decks out there that are just too good not to play, and I recommend playing those decks, because it's just like Art of War, you know your enemy, right? So I mean, I've played all those decks. I believe earlier I was playing this RG deck. By the way, if you guys are looking for an RG deck, I highly recommend this one. This is a really good RG deck. It's not easy to play against. For me, my deck feels like that counters it very, very well. And I don't have a problem with it, but I wanted to see how it plays, get out the mechanics, figure out how it works, you know what I mean? But the thing is guys, if you're going to push a Royal Giant, they're going to have to stack up all this stuff here, get their push together, get the Royal Giant slow roll in the back, and then you get your lightning down. And then if they use a zap or a log or something like that, then you go on ahead and send down the Skarmy. Skarmy seems like one of those cards you could probably interchange out. You could probably change that out as well, make it a little bit better. You could probably put the Knight in for that, you know, maybe even an Ice Spirit or something like that. Play around with it, have a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm back. I'll try to get out another video soon. I just got the tornado. I tried buying a couple chest to get the level 4 tournament standard, but I wasn't able to, so I think right now I'm at 8 of 10. So let me know if you guys have a good tornado deck and what you guys have had success with it. I'm going to get on there and play around with it. Obviously don't have enough money to max the thing out right now, so probably won't be playing it anytime soon in the leaderboards. Unless something crazy happens, maybe a win like the scratch off or lottery. Someone millionaire loves my YouTube so much that he gives me $1 million and I decided to go ahead and throw a few $1,000s at it. But anyway, thanks for you guys for reaching out to me and asking where my video were and how I was doing and if I was still alive. Really appreciate that. I know it's been like 4 or 5 days, but here you go. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, y'all.